Hi again. My name is Rebel and I'm the Rebel Reseller. And today I'm back doing something I haven't done in quite a while. I am making a brand video. And I've talked a lot about tie. I've made a video a long time ago about, is your tie beanie worth $10,000? And it has garnered a lot of watches. Not everybody understands the purpose of that video. It was to show that show you how to look in Terapeak to decide if a sale is actually real. And y'all, most of us know the tie beanies are not worth a whole lot of money. There are exceptions, but for the most part, no. But recently in a lot of my haul videos and in some of my sold videos, I have showed you that I have been picking up Ty Classic plush. And so this video is going to show you some of the Ty Classic plush that you should be looking for in yard sales, thrift stores, estate sales. I just picked up quite a few at an estate sale in the last couple of months. And I think almost all of them were dogs and cats. And you're going to see in my video that a lot of the things that I have been, that I'm going to be showing you are the dogs and the cats from the Ty Classic series. They're the larger ones, not the little beanies. And how I do this, let me explain what I do in making up these videos. I go in and I pick a brand. Like this one, I typed Ty Classic Plush. And then I filter by used and solds and US only. Because for some reason, a whole lot of these plush are being shipped from Japan and China. So I sort it by US only. Because those are the places, that's where we're going to find our stuff in the United States. And I pick used because, a lot of us aren't going to find new with tag stuff. Now, a lot of this stuff does have tags, but technically they're not new. You didn't find them in a store. You found them at a yard sale, but there are some people who still like to list anything with tags as new, but I don't. And then when I sort by highest price, and those are the ones that I'm going to show you. I think I kept it at like $25 is the lowest one that I'll be sharing with you. And then all of the solds that I'm going to show you are in the last 90 days. At one point, some of these may have sold for a whole lot, but it's more realistic to stay at the 90-day price range. But I also use Terapeak because not every sold that you look like price, not every sold price that you look at on eBay comps is the real price. If you look in Terapeak, and I had several instances of these, Terapeak shows a different price because that's what it actually sold at. And I trust the Terapeak prices more. But I also, when I go into Terapeak, I go into the seller's store. I check to see if they receive positive feedback for that item. That just kind of lets me know that, this sale went all the way through. But if I don't see positive feedback, I go into their store and make sure that it wasn't relisted. And I had an instance of that also. So, that's just how I set these up for you. I'm going to try to do a lot more of these as we're heading into the, Christmas buying season. Just to show you things that you should be looking for. Especially tie. For years, I just kind of shied away from tie also, other than the Pluffies, the tie babies, and the pillow pals. I've talked about them a lot, but just recently I have realized Ty Classic is definitely another one that you should be watching for. All right, so let's get to this. First one to share with you is Icicle the polar bear, and it sold for $25. There weren't very many bears. I'm just going to tell you that right up front. And there were very few character plush, with just, I think, 2 exceptions. So, that's going to give you a really good guide as to what types you should be looking at. Here's a second bear. This is a baby PJ bear, and it sold for $28. And if you see the plus feedback, that just means the buyer did leave positive feedback for the seller. This is Chica, the calico cat. Pretty sure I have found her at some point, and she sold for $29.99. Now also, as I'm going through these screens, you can look to see what the shipping was. Some of these may have been free shipping, some of these are paid shipping. So just keep that in mind with these prices. Another bear to be looking for is the Big Paws large bear. He's 26 inches long, and he sold for $29.99. One of the exceptions, backyardigans. Now this seemed to be the highest single backyardigan to be looking for. This is Austin, and he sold for $30. But I'm just going to tell you now, I do have the set of them also in this video. Cats. This is Mittens, the striped cat, and she sold for $32.80. Now, a lot of these have the paper tags, but not all of them. It doesn't look like this one had the paper tag. This is Shadow, the black and white tuxedo cat, sold for $34.95. Squidward. This is the other exception to picking up ties. Yes, it's a beanie, but I wanted to go ahead and show it to you. Squidward here sold for $34.95, but I also have a set to share with you. I've sold him before. This is George the gorilla, and he sold for $37.99. Now he is the larger 25-inch plush, and there was positive feedback left. Stubbs the dog. There's a lot of dogs. Lots and lots. And if I duplicate any of them, y'all, there were so many dogs and lots of solds. So I just had to keep scanning and scanning and scanning. But Stubbs here sold for $39.99. Another bear, well, a panda. This is Lily from 2001, and she sold for $40, but this one was free shipping. Fluffy, the white Persian cat. This one sold for $33.43. Frankly, anytime I see these long-haired cats, I always check them. Make sure, but most of them are worth picking up. This is Open Heart Bear. I don't know if I've ever seen this one before. From 1990, and it sold for $38.25. Tucker the dog. He's also one of the larger flat plush, $27.58. He is 22 inches long. There's several Godzillas that I'm going to share with you. This, a lot of them were from Japan, but this one did get shipped out of Oregon. So this is the classic Godzilla, and it sold for $39.99. Here's another one of the fluffy cats. This is Alley Cat. I have found it several times. It's got the older tag. Anytime I see these older paper tags that you're seeing here, definitely look them up. But this one sold for $34. This is Catalina, another calico cat. I think another one I looked at said maybe a Bengal. I'm not quite sure. But it sold for $34.99. This is Elvis the dog. He sold for $30. Hoodwink the monkey, 11 inches tall, sold for $40. Smokey the fluffy Himalayan gray cat sold for $46.71. This is Fossils the red dragon from 2007, and it sold for $25. But as you can see there, look, it's showing 40, but it really sold for 25. This is Patches the cat from 1990, and it sold for $32. Digits the monkey, I have had that one probably in the last year or so. This one sold for $39.90. This is Crystal, an all-white kitty cat, sold for $39.99. This is a 3-set of SpongeBob SquarePants, Squidward, and Patrick, and it sold for $48. If you find them at a yard sale and they're not very much, I'd go ahead and pick up the 3 of them. This is Laces the dog, and it sold for $39.95. This is Sunny, a little floppy plush from '97. It sold for $49.95, but with free ship. There are several yodelers, the St. Bernard dog, to share with you. This one is a rainbow pattern on it, and it sold for $50. This is Tidbit. It says a retriever on it, but it's white or ivory colored. It sold for $40. This is a spotted deer named Brooke. I would have skipped right over that if I found that at a yard sale or a thrift store. I really would have. Typically, deers don't sell for a whole lot for me in any of the brands, but this one sold for $49.99. Here's another yodeler from the Pinkies series, and it sold for $49.99. This cat is Cobbler. They hadn't assigned a name to it, but based on all the different ones I was seeing that had sold, this little tabby cat sold for $57.95 with free shipping. This is a Ty Classic Plush Curly. I'm pretty sure that seller, Marmot C, is in my Facebook group. I think she's made comments on my YouTube videos. It just kind of caught my attention. But this plush bear sold for $50. Here's another yodeler. This is the really long 34-inch one. It sold for $36. This is Patches, the dog plush. There were lots of solds for some of these dogs. Lots. But this particular one, 16 inches, sold for $41.50. Mischief, the white monkey, sold for $43. Again, it was another one of those. It showed in the comps $59, but Terapeak said $43. This is Toffee. Pretty sure I've found one of them recently also, from 1999, and it sold for $59.99. Now this is a second plush from the Godzilla series. This is Mothra, and even without a tag, it sold for $58. This is Scooter, another one of the dogs from 1999, and it sold for $59.99. Dogs and cats, y'all. Dogs and cats. Look them up. All right, this is Bongo, the orangutan from 2009, and it also sold for $59.95. This is Buster, the yellow lab, and it sold for $60. This is Zephyr, the Black Panther. For some reason, I feel like I've seen this one recently also. It sold for $55. This is Bandit, the raccoon, and it sold for $70. This is Barney, the Black Lab. It sold for $75 with positive feedback. This is Slush, the husky puppy dog, and it sold for $79.99. And there were tons of this plush that had sold. This is Apricot, the tabby cat, and it sold for $79.99. The last of the Godzilla plush, this from 2001 sold for $84.85. I think most Godzilla collectors probably aren't going to be getting rid of their Godzilla stuff, but we can hope, right? We're getting into the final 4 of the higher dollar plush to be looking for. This is Ty Ripples, and it sold for $98. Here is the complete set of Backyardigans, including Uniqua, Pablo, Tasha, Tyrone, and Austin. And this set sold for $124.95. Backyardigans is one of those plush I'm forever telling you. The Fisher Price ones, any of them, definitely check comps on them. Backyardigans, Wow Wow Wubsy, Yo Gabba Gabba, and definitely Rubbadubbers. Those are some of the really high dollar ones. Sparky. Now Sparky had prices all over the place, but this was a legit sale. Feedback was left for the seller, and it sold for $179.99. I'm going to scooch down here and see if there was something, because you know they've got that tag and a video. Well, if you've got higher dollar stuff, it might be worth it, even if it doesn't make sounds, to do a video. It doesn't even say much about it. All right, and then the best sell for the Ty Classics to be looking for is this Chi-Chi Cheetah plush from 1988, and it sold for $279.75. Let's see what it's. Yeah, just a little cheetah plush. And it's got that old tag. Doesn't even have the ear tag. Oh, it's got that tag. Interesting. I don't know if I've ever seen that tag. I'm glad I scrolled down through here. I hope you guys found this interesting. I love when I do these videos because it also reminds me, you know, it's a teaching moment for myself, just to remind me of some of the other plush, because I know to look for the cats and dogs now, but, you know, I might have passed over some of the others that I shared with you just because they typically, in other brands, they don't do very well for me. So we've all learned something today. All right, it's time to get to work. Bye.